If this video hits your algorithm, it likely means that you are lost, lonely, or just completely broken, or at some point in the past you felt this way. I'm kind of on the return of feeling lost, lonely, and broken for a very long time, and I'm kind of in the process of starting my comeback. And the reason I'm making this video is because for the longest time, I didn't think I was ever going to get out of my despair. 6 months to a year ago, I was cooked. It was over for me, and I was completely broken, lost, and lonely. And I didn't see how things could ever get better. I didn't see a way out, and it felt like there was just no light at the end of the tunnel. Ultimately, I just want to offer a word of encouragement and some advice for people who find themselves in a similar situation where it just feels like there's no way out of despair, because it turns out there is a way out, but it's not fucking easy. Usually I do like a $50 giveaway in every video, but the clip is way too high energy for this video. So just like, comment, and subscribe to enter the $50 giveaway, and the winner will be chosen in 1 week. There's a few ways I could go about this, but I think the best way I can get people to understand this is through symbolism and stories. The idea of the hero's journey is symbolism for each of our lives. We are compelled by these stories, whether it's a book, a movie, an anime. The hero always starts out weak, childish, and foolish. That weak boy who is not yet the hero, it's a representation of where we were at before whatever happened that made us feel lost, lonely, and broken. It's Luke Skywalker before his aunt and uncle are killed. It's Simba before his dad dies. It's Hunter Sung before he literally dies. At the start of these stories, these characters are all very weak, but there is also an incredible kindness and innocence to them, which makes it more sad in my opinion, because we weep for our former selves because we were so sweet and innocent. And it's only now that we understand that the world is far too cruel for that weakness and that innocence. But as I said, these characters then go through something that radically changes them. It could be the death of a loved one. It could be heartbreak. It could be complete and utter financial ruin. It could be a number of things. It could be anything that just destroys the comfort of your life as you know it. Anyone watching this video has likely gone through something similar to what I'm talking about. Something that made them feel lost, lonely, and broken. We all have something that has caused us immense suffering in our lives, and if you don't, you will at some point, and it changes us forever. Then, once the suffering occurs, the hero's journey kind of begins. The hero experiences immense suffering and is then thrust into adventure. It's like Odysseus trying to find his way home. What the adventure represents to us is the ability to climb out of the abyss, overcome despair and loneliness, and ultimately find ourselves and repair what is broken. These stories all represent things about our lives, and the abyss always represents the unknown, bottomless pit with seemingly no light. And so the hero's journey is essentially overcoming this and overcoming suffering, and in the process going from weak and innocent to becoming the hero, which represents becoming a man. But what makes it so hard is the unknown. It's that hopelessness that we all feel when we find ourselves in deep darkness. The reason that loneliness is so soul crushing is because we don't see a way out of it, and it becomes very easy to become nihilistic, to live without hope. There's a quote from the Hobbit movie that always hits me. Bilbo is being thrust into this adventure that he doesn't really want to go on, and so he asks Gandalf, "Can you promise that I will return?" And Gandalf replies, "No, and if you do, you will never be the same." It's such a good line, and it perfectly encapsulates the spirit of this dark adventure that is life. So 1, you don't really have a fucking choice. Suffering is coming for you whether you like it or not. And 2, even if you make it out, you will never be the same. That sweet guy that I was 2 or so years ago, he's dead. He doesn't exist anymore. And it is very sad. But in order to grow and overcome suffering, a part of you must die. Kill the boy and let the man be born. So once you understand the hero's journey, you can finally understand your own life. You are currently going through hell, and your choices while you are in the midst of the abyss will determine the rest of your life's path. Whether you become the villain, a nihilistic, resentful, angry person, or the hero, a hopeful, loving person, strong enough to smile in the face of hell. And I'll tell you the answer. I'll tell you what you have to do, and it's fucking hard. If you are currently lost, lonely, or you feel broken, that means you are falling down the abyss. You are falling to the depths of despair, but the problem is there is no bottom. It is a bottomless pit. It can always get worse. And at some point, you have to stop yourself from falling. And you don't look up. You don't just look up, but you have to stop yourself from falling. You have to realize that there's nothing good down there. You've fallen so far, there is nothing good down there. That's a dark path. And yeah, sure, it's a long way back to the top, but you have to do it. You have to take one step at a time, or else you really are cooked. And the first step in the positive direction is by far the hardest. Maybe it's simply getting up and going to the gym. Maybe it's picking up a good book and reading it, or going to church. Whatever it is, it can just be the tiniest step towards improving your life. And I promise you, it will make all the difference. And none of this is easy. I'm not out of it yet either. I'm on the climb up, which is good, but I don't see the light yet either. But we all know how fast things can spiral downwards, how bad things can get so quickly. But I promise you, it works both ways. Things can get better faster than you might think. You can find yourself in an upward spiral, improving your life. And again, it's a long journey back to the top, and you might not see any light along the way, and that's scary. That's the unknown. But you have to have faith. You have to believe that things will get better. You have to live with hope, because if you don't have any hope, then I promise you things will never get better. And so many of us fight these battles all alone. I know I did, but it doesn't have to be that way. People can be there for each other during the hard times. And ultimately, you have to understand that if you ever had any want to be a good man, you have to go through a period of intense suffering. That's how the stories are written. It's a part of the story to be lost, lonely, and broken. And it's really hard to change, but we have to change. If I cannot bear my own suffering, it means that I'm too weak. I'm not strong enough to carry the weight of my own suffering. It's exactly like if you can't lift a heavy weight in the gym. You have to train, you have to work out, and then maybe one day after you've become strong, you can then lift up that heavy weight that you couldn't lift before. And it's the same thing with suffering. You have to become stronger and wiser so that you can bear the weight of your suffering. And that requires you to reject your previous self. It's not going to happen overnight. Things aren't going to get better immediately. It's going to happen one step at a time. It's a very long journey, but it's better to start now rather than later. So take that first step. I believe in you. You can do it. I somehow did it. And while I'm not fully out of it yet, things have gotten a lot better, and I'm very grateful that I stopped falling down the abyss when I did. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to enter the $50 giveaway below. And if you're going through something brutal, feel free to share it in the comments. Thank you.